I went up to Northern Ireland. I was with my friends. I got into a little bit of trouble there, and I got arrested. So I had to spend the night in the cells on, that was a Sunday. I was in the courts then Monday morning. And then when I got back to Dublin then, I was like, okay. I had to sit with myself there, actually in the cells. I just spent the night in the cells up in Belfast. I was like, okay. Something has to change. Like I can't control myself if I'm drinking. I'm hanging around with the wrong crowd. I know I have potential. Okay. So I contacted that manager again. I was like, look, I know I said no to the opportunity. What can you do? A month later, I landed in Saudi Arabia. Alhamdulillah. And then he told me, he goes, Rob, you're a really, really good worker. Like, you're a really good personal trainer, but you're a weekend warrior. You know, I used to like going out like that. That was me, right? I'd work hard 5 days during the week, and then during the weekend, that's when I get up to mischief. So I said, okay, well, I won't drink. So when you gave me the opportunity, I said, okay, I'm going to go over here. I'm not drinking. I'm just going to focus on the work. I'm going to develop. And it's the best decision I ever made. And the reason I went back and told that story of what brought me to Saudi is because, like, even the bad things that happened at the end of me getting arrested, and like, I wouldn't probably have never came to Saudi if that never happened. And I know Allah opened my heart to give me the opportunity and maybe made them circumstances happen. But you'd have to think, would he have become Muslim if he didn't go through that experience? So when I landed here, I knew I didn't want to stay in Dublin. I knew I didn't want to go back. And I think there was about 12 personal trainers that first came over. Some from America, some from Canada, British, Portugal. But they were missing the parties, right? They were like, oh, Saudi's not great, you know, like, we need to go out. They were looking for that life, but I wasn't. I was like, I don't want to be around these guys, you know, because they're looking to go out and stay up all night and try to find out where the mischief is, you know. And we're on a university, so I was like, okay. There was one guy who was hired. He was British and he was Muslim. So I was like, oh, okay. He's not trying to go out. He's not trying to fly over to Dubai on the weekends or whatever. So I was like, okay, let me make friends with this guy. And he was engaged to get married to a Saudi girl. So he was, at the time, this is 2009, right? So the steps were very vague on how to marry a Saudi at the time. So he was going through the system for that. But I got to meet all his friends, and I wanted to associate with them. And I didn't want to go back to Ireland. So I said, okay, I'm going to ask questions. I'm interested. Like, what do they believe? And I was very naive because I wanted to leave Ireland so badly that I didn't even Google Saudi Arabia at all. And the funny thing is, my father, knowing who I was, my dad told me not to go to Saudi Arabia. He was like, don't go. And my friends at the time, who were friends at the time, told me not to go.